Yo, what up? This is Luke Haas. Happy new moon, It be the new moon. The new moon for me has been a way to push me to make goals, basically. I did my ritual this morning around 4 a.m. and I was gonna do it last night. I was like, I'm so tired, so I got some good rest. Got up early, got me a shower, got my laundry going at work, and did my new moon intentions ritual. We are in a Mercury retrograde, which is really heavy. For me, it's kept me somewhat tired. Plus the time change and everything. That's been, that's always an adjustment needed to be made. So this last weekend, it was a very cool thing that happened. Went to a concert. We drank some mushroom tea before the concert, me and my guitarist from Creative Chaos, and went to go see Entheos. I had never made mushroom tea before, so it was really, one of those throw the dice, see where it goes, where it takes you. And it got us fairly pretty messed up for the most part, not being able to walk straight and stuff like that. So my guitarist was like, I don't know if I can sit 4 hours through the show. I'm pretty messed up. And so I commenced to leave the show, took her home, and another buddy of mine was having a party. A couple bands were playing at their house, so I decided to trip over there. I'm that type of person who will go out and do things on psychedelics. I like to have fun. I don't like to sit and ruminate about stuff. I just like to go and be active. And so I went to the party and got there before the first band played. The first band's a Salt Lake cover band out of Salt Lake called Big Car. They do all kinds of covers they get the spectrum. They're a really good band. So their drummer didn't show up. And, they're like, all right, we're going to do this acoustic style without drums and everything. And it really was not that good. I actually started getting depressed. I thought I was going to have a bad mushroom trip just because I was like, we need drums. That's my thing. That's what I do. And, of course, my one buddy came up and he's all, you really need to get on these drums and help these guys out. So it's, a decent presentation. And I was really like, nah, I'm too messed up. And then my one friend came up and he gave me this stare and this look and this point. And I was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to just get up on the drums and join these people. I don't play cover songs ever. But I was able to pull off roughly an hour of music with the band. Pearl Jam, Alice in Chains, things like that we had covered. And it was really fun. And, the biggest part about that was for me knowing I could step in and help somebody out, help a couple of people out and doing what they were set out to do, present themselves, their energy. And I get along really great with the people in the band. So I was told that night I tore the roof off the mother, So that was really cool. And not only that, I'm trying to brand my zombie drummer character and that helped out a lot. So although I wasn't dressed up as the zombie that night, that's just what I go by, and that's what I'm known as, a creative drummer, Um, so I played with the band, and the singer was like, well, tomorrow night we're playing a 4-hour set up at this bar. You should come down and maybe fill in or play a couple songs. And so I had practice with Louisa that same evening, and we actually knocked out 3 hours of creating, which was really good. It was just like, so all in all, I probably played like 5 hours over the weekend, which is really good, really original. That doesn't happen a lot. So it was really cool. And I was trying to talk to the cover band about if, their drummer ever needed not to be there or whatever, that I'd be willing to fill in on the grounds that my other band opens for them. That's to help get what we got going out there, even though we might look like an incomplete band because there was only 2 of us and we don't have a singer and we just play. It does look like we're an incomplete band, but from what all I've heard, the feedback from the people we have played the music for is, damn, when you guys playing, So that's been really cool. We know we have something really solid, and I just like to make sure that, my other bandmate is on board for, playing shows, because I think exposure is really important in your community. I mean, how are you going to further an idea, a creative, whatever, how are you going to do that if you're not out playing, How are we going to, if it is to evolve with more bandmates, how are we going to help that evolve if we don't put ourselves out there and show people what we have right now, But, so telling that story and then talking about the new moon intentions, ritual, and what it represents and how it can affect one's future, it kind of came to me over the weekend, and it was like, I got this big adrenaline rush and had a great weekend, got to play, got to put my name out there. My name's getting shot out there all over the place. As far as the music creative community is concerned, those people know who I am, which is good. It's a start, So with that being said, I've been putting my eggs in this basket for the character I created 15 years ago. And I want to be known that I am my own. Zombie Drummer is not a band. It's a character who plays in several different projects if needed. I want to be more like a fill-in drummer if I know the music. But like I said, all the cover songs that I had played Friday night and a couple I played Saturday night, I'd never played them on drums before. I heard them a billion times, and I can replicate stuff really easy just by ear. And so that's really helpful as far as being a fill-in drummer. And I do have my project Creative Chaos that will not falter at all. So I decided to put my intentions into something that I know I can bring forth, but I know at the same token, if I'm not putting an intention towards it on a daily basis, I'm not going to succeed like I want to. So writing stuff down, burning it, not questioning it is the ritual that I do. And last new moon, I had a few intentions and I totally forgot what I wrote down and I burned it. And I think that was a huge key to having success And since I don't know what I wrote, I don't know what I asked for, don't know what I intended for. I know it was definitely in alignment with what I needed. I usually do that. What am I needing? What am I needing to enhance about myself in order to level up my frequency, get a little bit higher, and stay in a high frequency that doesn't involve um, manipulation of others. This is just full force. These are my intentions, and I'm going to move forward with them, no questions, no concerns, just move forward. And this is the same as what I'm going to do with the Zombie Drummer. I have to push forward. I have to reach out. I have to make more connections. I have to set up shows. Even if it's me doing a solo, it doesn't matter what it looks like. I am branding the Zombie Drummer. That is one of my huge goals. And until in connection with the Zombie Drummer, I am looking to enhance the people I hang out with, enhance meeting people of that caliber, to stay within that frequency. It's okay to get off the frequency for me and myself, as long as I don't stay in this lower vibration that I don't really resonate with. I can go there for a little bit, but I can't stay there. That's not who I am. That's not what I do. I have been known in the past to create huge, awesome things and then tear it down myself, and I'm done doing that. I'm done tearing down things. I tear down the things that don't serve me, mostly. And it's a hard process. It doesn't really feel great, and it's, it puts you in a frame of mind. I got to do this. Oh my God, this is going to be harsh. But, anytime we are trying to be rid of something of ourself, our aspect of ourself, it's not a fun process. Even if what you're doing is going to benefit you, you still are on the human side of things. And naturally, as humans, we really don't like change. We like to have, at least I do. I like to have a regimen. I like to have a thing set of what I do, so I can prepare for that, so I can be on point, so I can be the best I can be at whatever I'm doing that day. I need to, suit up and show up and be ready to do whatever. Yeah, so I feel good about the future. I've felt good about the future for the last couple months. Nothing's changed on that. I know good things are ahead and are being created as we speak. So I still get in my head a little bit. That's another human aspect that we always have to deal with, no matter how spiritual we can be, or I can be. I'll always get in my head here and there. That's just so I can check to make sure I'm doing things for the right reasons, So yeah, I believe the new moon lasts up until, I think the strongest the new moon will be is at noon today. I'm Mountain Time, so and then it ends up being over sometime this evening. So it's been going on for a minute. Take some time, write out what you want, your true intentions, what you want to do, how you can raise that vibration in doing so. And this has been a great process. A lot of stuff that I've used this ritual for has come forth and shown itself and is a part of my life today. So it's been very amazing. Oh, also, I started a new 369. I stopped doing a 369 for a while, and that's when you write down as you already have it what you want, but you write it as you have it, and you write it every day 3 times, 6 times, and 9 times. And you do that every day for a month. And without question, you put yourself there like you already have it, like everything's already in play. Because it is. We just don't see it. So my goal in the next couple of weeks is to reach out to as many bands as I possibly can and see if they need a fill-in drummer. At least put myself out there and let them know I'm available if need be. Even if I don't know their songs or how they're played, I will still stand up and play through no matter what, because that's the type of musician I am. And this is the type of force that I carry with self, is suit up and show up no matter what, and bring the energy to the people who need it, you know. I like to put a boundary up because I'm pretty good at connecting with people that are really low in energy and helping them raise their vibration. But the problem with that is sometimes is that the other person doesn't follow through, and it's not really necessarily a problem because it is their journey on what they want to do and how they want to experiment with the things that they're taught or the things they learn. I mean, because I can only give suggestions, I can't make people do things. You know, it's their journey and I can't interrupt that. At least I'm giving people a path that's, you know, that works, that's available if you tap into it, you know. I did a deep water meditation this morning while I was in the shower. It's fundamental to do these little things for me. It's fundamental for me because it helps me stay grounded. It helps me have a vision. It helps me be able to stay on a higher frequency when I'm doing these things. So I do believe there's our last full moon, if I'm not mistaken, is coming up December 5th, so in a couple weeks. And that'll be about allowing whatever you put into manifestation to synchronize. I think that's a synchronized time of the sky when you've already put down, if you've already done intentions, you can elaborate on those intentions and you can push the frequency higher towards those intentions during the full moon. And so that's coming up. So there's a process. I go a lot by the moon. I am attracted to the moon really good on a deep level. And I tend to follow what it's doing and base what I'm doing off what the moon's doing sometimes. Number one, don't question yourself. You got manifestations you want done, just do them. Put them out there and do not look back. Just move forth. Everything will come as it's needed. And I resonate highly with that today. So we'll do more talks later throughout the rest of the year about retrogrades, what they do for you, you know, what's the negative, what's the positive. Kind of be like a forecaster of what's coming as far as energy-wise goes, because I study it all the time. I'm all about it. And I feel where it goes without even studying it sometimes, so it's really cool. So, yeah. Have a great Thursday, everyone. You know, do yourself a favor. Do your spirit a favor. Try something new. If you've never done a intentions, new moon ritual like that, you know, the process is easy. Write down some things you really want to accomplish or do within the next couple months or the next year, and burn it during the new moon, and don't question it, because it works. Namaste, because the weirdness in me always will uplift and support the weirdness in you. Till next time.